I'm Josh Jamieson from Six Nations of the Grand River. I'm a 309A construction and maintenance electrician. I've been in the trade since about 2015. And, I live in Six Nations with my wife and my two boys. I was always working. I always had a job at a local gas station, a little local pizzeria. I always had a summer job running summer camps for Parks and Recreation on the reserve. And around the house, I guess I was always helping my dad with just basic renovating of the house and upkeeping of the house. I wasn't considering a career in the skilled trades. Initially, I wanted to be a youth worker for our community. And I started on that path. I went to university, I got a degree, come back to work in that field. I found it very boring, a lot of computer work, a lot of sitting around, not really working with my hands too much, a lot of indoors. I couldn't handle the office work, so I had to get out. So I went to my local Indigenous Skills Employment and Training Center, which was great, Grand River Employment and Training, and then got the ball rolling from there, and that's how I got to where I am now. Yeah, great. My friend did a similar program before I did, and he told me about it, and then he had a nice job after his. Like the many different avenues, it could be residential, you could be doing commercial, industrial. Could also be doing high voltage, which is what I currently do now. 25, I had to go back to high school, so I came back to grade, and I was upgrading my math and physics classes. Did a lot of work ready, training, WMIS, and working at heights, things like that through grade, and then that allowed me to get into the union. From there, I started my apprenticeship. I'm usually up around 6 and to work by 7. Work till 5:30, all outdoors for the most part. I think it's a well-paying job, and after 3 to 4 years, you could be making $100,000 a year easily. So it's good money there. Plus there's benefits and upgrading you can do as well. Like I said, the trade is very vast. So when you're doing your apprenticeship, you're studying electronics and fire alarm systems, as well as basic electrical theory. So a lot of things around the house everything works off electricity. So if something goes down in your house, it's, I don't want to say it's an easy fix, but I have the training that's more than the average person does. I think the trades are very vast. There's many different trades, and they're all well-paying positions. There's going to be a lot of openings, a lot of retirees coming soon. It's already starting to happen. There's a lot of openings right now, and if there's a lot of traveling, there could be a lot of traveling involved as well. So, if you're interested in traveling, the door's wide open for anybody to get in right now. So yeah, there's a lot of factories right now that are opening up. I mean, you've got big Amazon facilities, and there's a lot of facilities in Hamilton and Brantford. They're all looking for specialized tradesmen. I think it's important. It's a relatively untapped resource, so employers are learning this right now, and they know there's a lot of resources available for training Indigenous youth, as well as primarily northern Indigenous communities. They're already familiar with the territory, and they're familiar to being by themselves already, so it's not a big culture shock if there's a northern job for them or anything like that. Like I said, it's untapped resource. There's a lot of funding. Reconciliation is big right now, so there's a lot of unions and employers that are getting on the reconciliation train. Back in high school, I didn't think math was needed or anything like that. And I wish I did, because going back to high school when you're 25 is not fun. But it was something I had to do, and I was motivated to do it, so that made it a lot easier. And for anybody that's thinking trades are hard and it's a lot about math, the electrical trade boils down to Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So That's all it boils down to. So if you can handle a right angle triangle, then you could do most of the electrical work. So yeah, no matter what you're thinking, just stick to the math. It doesn't matter if you're working at Tim Hortons. If the hydro goes out, you better know how to do some simple adding and subtracting. Stick to your math and reach out to your local Indigenous Skills Employment and Training Center. They have a lot of resources. They have a lot of connections with employers.